Here are 6 ways that India is less wasteful. Now, one thing I love about living in India is the culture of resourcefulness and reuse and just overall reduced waste as a whole. And it's a refreshing change coming from somewhere like America, where it's actually a lot more wasteful of a culture. Hey guys, we are Tim and Kristen Fischer. We're Americans living in India, and join us as we talk about our experiences and what we like about living in India from an American's perspective. And if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you in future videos. All right, Tim, let's get into it. What is the first reason that India is less wasteful?
Well, the first reason that we have on our list is actually the repair culture. If you have any small appliances or shoes or even clothing or anything else that breaks, it is really easy and affordable to find people who specialize in repairing that thing. You can generally get almost anything repaired, which leads to using things a lot longer. Whereas in America, if something small breaks, usually it's a lot more expensive to find somebody to repair it than it is just to throw that away and buy a new one. So overall in India, things are repaired sometimes more than once, which leads to a much longer lifespan for that object. And in America, things are much more often thrown away.
Now the next one is reduced packaging. So if you go to a grocery store in India, you will find these big drums that they have of things like dals and pulses and rice and grains that you bring your own packaging, you scoop it into there, they weigh it, and you pay for things by the weight. And it's a lot less packaging than buying things that are already pre-packaged like you do in America. Same with going to the produce stand. When I go to the produce stand, I bring my own bags, I pay for it by the weight. It's a lot less packaging that way. And then everything is reused in India. Things like water bottles and tiffins and storage containers. It's not uncommon in India for somebody to think they're opening a thing of ice cream only to find that it's yesterday's sabji instead. Even things that are in liquid form will often come in lightweight plastic bags, things like milk and yogurt and oil, which uses a lot less plastic than things like American gallon jugs. There is, in general, a lot less packaging waste in India compared to America.
Now the next point is water usage. Did you know that in India, people generally take what's called a bucket bath, whereas in America, people take showers or sometimes even baths. And a bucket bath uses 75% less water than your average shower, which when you multiply that over the entire population, this is a huge way that India is way more efficient and saves water. Also, did you know that washing dishes by hand uses a lot less water on average than running an automatic dishwasher, which is what most people in America do? I've also seen people reusing their gray water. So one of our neighbors was taking the drainage from their RO filter and saving that water to water their plants. India uses a lot less water per capita than America.
All right, the next one is transportation. So all Indians in some way, shape, or form have utilized some form of public transportation. Whereas when I was in America, I hardly ever used public transportation because individual car culture is so high in America. The only common form of public transportation that Americans use is airplanes, which, as we know, is very fuel heavy. But even car culture in America uses a lot more resources than public transportation does. And did you know that in the US, there's actually more cars than there are licensed drivers? But in India, people often use things like public buses, trains, cycles, or even walking is commonplace. And when people do take rides, ride sharing is very common, things like bike sharing or taxi sharing or rickshaw sharing, which is a lot more effective in utilizing material and fuels. And then on top of that, when people do have privately owned vehicles, more often than not, they're two-wheelers, which use a lot less fuel and resources than bulky four-wheelers do. Using public transportation and India's transportation system is a lot more resourceful than America's heavy car culture.
The next one is clothing. India has a long tradition of wearing clothes a lot longer and also passing clothes on to somebody else. In America, generally people will buy clothes, wear it for maybe 1 or 2 years, and then either throw it away or donate it to a thrift store. Also, in India, custom tailoring is very accessible for most people. So when your clothes need minor repairs, you can get that done pretty easily, which leads to a longer life for almost anything. And old clothes are often repurposed as quilts, bags, cleaning rags, or a whole number of other things. In general, India's clothing culture avoids a lot of waste.
Now the last one is energy usage. India's energy consumption is far less than it is in the USA. In the US, electricity consumption is 7 to 9 times higher than it is in India on average. Now, India's per capita electricity consumption is still among the lowest in the world, despite it being the third largest producer of energy and electricity worldwide. Now, this is due to many aspects of Indian culture, but a lot of it comes down to Indians preferring to use natural resources over electricity for things. One example would be drying your clothes out in the sun in the air rather than using something like a high energy drying machine, which is used all over the place in the US, or utilizing ceiling fans as opposed to high powered air conditioning machines to cool your house. By and large, India's electricity consumption is far lower and less wasteful than America.
So that's it. 6 areas where India avoids waste. Just another reason why we love India. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.
That's fine.